And since last class we've been discussing US applications, how to fill, and I have given you complete knowledge or information how to fill. In order to fill your US application, you must be having a DS-160 applications number. I have given the retreat, how to retrieve your application and fill the applications. Now that I'll show that if you are applying for the first time, then you have to select it any of the country that you are applying from, and you have to put the your code. You have to fill your code here, your JKU. Okay, start. If you are starting for the first time, then you can start the application. Your application ID is created here. So in order to retrieve this, you have to give a what is your given name, your mother's name, anything that you can retrieve here, and then you can continue. So now that I already have one, I'm not going to do this. If you are continuing this page, then you have to give what is given your mother's name, then you can answer here and continue. That's all, friends. Back to my channel. Since last class we have been discussing how to fill the application or applications form for USA visa, and in order to get USA visa to be filled, you have to have a DS-160 forms number. To get that, we will understand how to fill that. You have to select the country and state, particular state that you have residing, and before which we'll understand the DS-160 online nomination visa applicant form is for temporary travel to the United States, and Finance visas from DS-160 is submitted electronically to the Department of State through website via the internet. And what should I submit? When should I submit my DS-160 form? The form DS-160 must be completed and submitted online prior to your interview at the embassy or consulate. The barcode number on the DS-160 forms or confirmations page is required in order to book your interview. The form DS-160 must be submitted online, and the printed confirmations page must be brought to the interview. So this is very important, and the DS-160 visa applications validity is for 30 days. For example, if you have applied for March 1st, then DS-160 expiration date will be March 31st. Complete the form before time so that you do not have to start all over again. So here I'll select the state again. I have to say retrieve my application. I already have a login ID. If you have not have a login ID, you have to log in from the beginning, as I do have a retrieve ID, so I have to give an applications ID. This is my application ID, so I'll retrieve again. They'll ask certain questions, that is your first name and date of birth, and questions that were asked while creating an application. So I just go ahead and fill those information. So I filled the required informations. I retrieve the applications. The applications part is already filled to show your demo. So here they will ask so many questions. We have to thoroughly read the applications and then you start filling it. Here they have given the note, security note, that you ever withheld custody of US citizen child outside the United States from the person granted legal custody by US. You have to say no to all these things and submit. Okay, from the beginning we'll see. Get started. Stay on page. Here they have given that purpose to travel is business and pleasure of visitors, and business tourist visa, and date of visiting, address, where am I supposed to go, then say next. Here they'll ask person traveling with you. If you have a person, you can say yes, then you will get a tab opening, and there you have to fill all the information related to the person who's traveling along with. If no, next. And previous US travel informations, when did exactly previously you travel, year, month, duration of staying, exactly where you have stayed, and are you applying for a long stay same time visa, yes sir. Are you applying for the same country or locations where the visa above was before when you were stayed same location, are you looking or different location? If you say no, then you have to fill those informations. Have you been 10 printed? Yes, meaning that all your fingerprint is given to them. And have you has your US visa ever been lost or stolen? You should say no. If it is lost, you have to say visa ever been cancelled? No. And have you ever been refused for US visa? No. Then I'll say next. Next comes all your address, phone numbers, where exactly you're staying here in India, and the phone number related to your Bangalore address and the email address. And you have to give your LinkedIn, any social media address you have to give. I've selected LinkedIn. Save and continue. And next comes passport informations. What type of passport? You have to select regular, and the passport number randomly I have given, and the date of issuance, date of expirations where exactly given, when all this informations you have to give. So next is if you're a US point of contact, then you have to give the employers and their address and the phone number, email ID. And next, again, if you have a family members coming along with that, you can give. If you are only mentioning your parents' name, also is fine with. And if you're married, you have to give a spouse informations. And this is a business informations because you are opting for B1, B2. So where exactly your business existing in India, those informations. And monthly income, what is the income that you are getting, and what is the designation. And previous work, educational training informations, where exactly you got a training, those informations you have to fill here. And then here again, have you ever attended the educational institutions at a second level above. Then work, additional informations. Here additional work, educational training informations, what are the language that you have studied. And then have you ever traveled to any other country, region within the last 5 years? No. Have you ever belonged to, contributed to, or worked for any professional, social and charitable organizations? No. Do you have any specialized skill training such as firearms, explosive, nuclear, biological and chemical experience? No. Have you ever served in the military? No. Have you ever served and been member of or been involved with a parliamentary unit, vigilant unit, or rebel group, or guerrilla group, or insurgent organization? No. And security background part 1 we are filling. Then here you have to say, note the following security background informations provide complete and accurate informations to the all questions that required explanations via visa may not be issued person who are with the specific categories and defined by law as a inadmissible to the United States, except when a waiver or is obtained in advance, or any of the following capable to you while answer is yes, does not automatically signifies the ineligibility for the visa. So here you have to say almost everything is no, because do you have any communicable diseases and public health significance? If you have anything, you are not allowed to travel, like communicable diseases like public significance, like choncoid. These are the diseases I never heard about. So if you have come across this, you're not allowed to travel to USA. And do you have any mental physical disorder that poses or is the likely to pose a threat to the safety or welfare of yourself or others? If yes, you are not allowed to go. Or have you ever been a drug abuser or addicted? If so, you are not allowed to. So next, it's a part B part. So here also you have to thoroughly go through. Have you ever been advertised convicted for any offenses or crime, even though subject of pardon or amnesty or other similar actions? No. Have you ever violated or engaged in conspiracy to violate any law related to controlled substances? No. Are you coming to the United States to engage in prostitution or unlawful commercialized vice? Or have you been engaged in prostitutions or procuring prostitutions within the past 10 years? No. Have you ever been involved in or you speak to engage in money laundering? No. Have you ever committed the conspired or committed human trafficking offenses in United States or outside the United States? No. Have you ever knowingly aided or abetted, assisted or colluded with the individual who have committed or conspired to commit and severe human trafficking offense in the United States and outside the United States? Or your spouse or son and daughter, an individual who has committed and conspired to commit an human trafficking offense in the United States or outside the United States? And have you ever within the last 5 years knowingly benefited from the trafficking activities? No. So this is all serious and sensitive questions. You have to read it thoroughly, then you should answer. Just don't say yes, because some people they feel it is a time consuming, I shouldn't read it, I just move on. Don't do that. Please read it, because this is one of the way people are getting rejected, because they say yes or no randomly. That will affect them. Do you seek engage in espionage, subterfuge, export control violations or any other illegal activities while in the United States? No. Do you seek to engage in terrorist activities while in the United States? Or have you ever engaged in terrorist activities? No. Have you ever do you intend to provide financial assistance or other support to terrorist or terrorist organizations? No. Are you member or representative or terrorist organizations? No. Are you the spouse, son and the daughter or individual who has engaged in terrorism activity or including providing and like financial assistance or other supports to terrorist or terrorist organization last 5 years? No. Have you ever ordered, incited, committed, cited or otherwise participated in genocide? No. Have you ever committed, ordered or incited, assisted or otherwise participated in torture? No. Have you participated in ordered, incited and assisted or otherwise participated in extrajudicial killing and political killing or others acts of violence? No. Have you ever engaged in recruitment or use of child soldiers? No. Have you, while serving the government officials, been responsible for the direct carried out at the time, particularly served the violations or religious freedoms? No. Have you ever been directly involved in establishment or enforcement of particular control, forcing women to undergo an abortions against her free choice, or man or a woman to undergo sterilizations against his or her free will? No. Have you ever been directly involved in the coherence transplantations of human organ or bodily tissues? No. Next, we'll move on to part 4. So part 4 is like, have you ever been subjected to removal, deportations, or your hiring? No. And have you ever sought to obtain or assist other to obtain a visa entry into the United States, any other United States immigration's benefit for by fraud or willful misinterpretations or other unlawful means? No. Have you failed to attend the hearing on removability or inadmissibility with the law last 5 years? And have you ever been unlawfully presented, overstayed the amount of time and granted by immigrations of officials, or otherwise violations the terms of a US visa? So have you ever been removed or deported from any country? No. For all these things you have to say no. Then I would say next we are going to go to part 5. In part 5, have you ever withheld or custody of US citizen child and outside the United States from a person granted legal custody by US court? No. Have you voted in United States in a violations of any lawful or regulations? No. Have you ever renounced United States citizenship for the purpose of avoiding taxations? No. Have you attended public elementary schools on student F status, or the public secondary school other like November 30th 1996 without reimbursing the schools? No. That's all I say. Next for the review. Yeah, almost all the informations are there, and photo to be taken at the ACS. So all the informations you have to cross check, and I'll say next. So far whatever we have done, this you have to review. Once everything in place, you just go ahead. You have to cross check every minute things. Then everything is in place. I go ahead and submit this applications. See, it is submitted. Did anyone assisted you in filling this applications? No, I fill by myself. And enter the password, passport, travel document number, and enter the code shown here. Here we have to give the passport number, and the shown number has to be given here. Then we have to submit here. Once I enter all this informations carefully, I have to read everything, because most of the time all the applicant skip this whatever the notice they have given. I confirmed you have successfully signed the submitted your applications. You cannot make any changes your applications at the point. Please click next and confirmations to complete the applications process. I just say confirmation. Yeah, the barcode is generated. Now that I have to print it first, which is very important. Have given the print for me to have a hard copy, and other than that also I have requested for email, so that you have provided following the email address. So do you want to send the confirmations to additional email address? I'll say email confirmations. Yes, I say email confirmations. Given the email ID and giving the email confirmation so that I will be getting the parallel message. Your application has been electrically submitted. You have requested the present one to be printed confirmations page. Do not submit printed applications. Please see the confirmations page for additional applications and instructions on complete. And if you want to start over, you can start over and print. This is a printable option, so right. So I'm going to take a printout of this too. I hope that's all for the day, friends. Do like my videos and subscribe my channel for more updates. If you have any clarity, if you wanted any clarity, you can call us, and our helpline is given and our website detail also is given in the descriptions. You can call us for not only for US visa, we are helping out for other countries visas too. So if you want any help, you can call us. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.